Good golly. Holy moly, that took me way longer than I have had to take for a while. I apologize. It's a couple minutes late, but at least I'm here. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm from Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, but today I am here on my own YouTube channel where we talk about content marketing via social media and content marketing of other types too, from YouTube videos to podcasts to blogs and galore. And we talk all about content marketing that's meant specifically to drive traffic to your business so that you can do more business. All right, I see people coming on now. I apologize. This took forever. Good morning, Miss Tiffany. Hi. On down by Tiffany. What's going on? How's your week been? How's everything with the little one? Personal Space Creations. What's up? Hi. Marissa Parsons. Hey, Miss Bridget from Personal Space Creations. Hi. Miss Heather Dupay. What's going on? All right, you guys, good morning, everybody. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. And please don't forget, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, please give this a big thumbs up. It's like you're giving a money tip in the jar, because every time you do a thumbs up and you comment, even with if just hello or hashtag live or hashtag replay, it gives the YouTube algorithm more data points to surface, and it will push this live stream out to more people who are already subscribed to me and to other people who maybe should be. So anything helps. Hey, Susie B, what's going on? Speckled Loon is here. Hi, this Speckled Loon. What's going on? So Tiffany says, not too bad, been sick myself. I'm very sorry. And baby teething has gotten a bit crazy. Lots of screaming, but I'm still pushing forward. Good girl. It's hard. It's absolutely hard. I've had to struggle, as you guys know, definitely if you're my students. There were a couple really bad weeks for me there. This has been a hard year, man. I suffered COVID. My husband took our son out of the house. They both tested negative, and that was towards the beginning of the year. And I'm already immunosuppressed. And then I've been suffering from long COVID, and I'm now up to 4 different specialists, not even including my OBGYN, to just keep me upright, which is crazy. But onward and upward. Everybody's got different challenges. Nobody's cornered the market on busy or challenged or anything like that. And I always tell myself that all the time. And I remember having a little bitty baby. I have his sling here. I never got rid of his sling. I used to work with him in a sling. And sometimes it was easy and sometimes it was rough. But I did it. And this is a season of life, Tiffany. Girl, I'm totally praying for you and sending you positive vibes. All right, so what else do we have? Oh, Bridget says, live watching with my mom on the big screen. Hi, moms. Both the moms, right? Or just your mom? And Darren, what's going on? And I'm so excited about your family news and everything, Bridget. That is so cool. Tiffany says, yes, I hope you're doing better. I am doing a lot better. Thank you for asking. You are welcome. No, it is hard. So I've been there, so I can tell you, I know what it's like. I know that it's hard. With a little baby and a toddler too. And you never know what kind of toddler you're going to get until they're a toddler. So that gets to be, it could be challenging. I will be honest with you, while my son was a toddler, and of course I had to watch him, he maybe had 2 tantrums his whole life. So he was not the worst toddler ever. I will say that. Just my mom today. Hey, mama, how are the 3 kitties doing? What's up? All right, so if you guys are so inclined, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And also let me know, especially if you're one of my students, in the comments section down below, what have you done to move your business forward this week? Now, I understand, especially for product-based businesses, people are shopping for all the life events and birthdays and stuff that they normally would. And then on top of it, they have all the end of the year holiday shopping that they're going to do. Christmas, Kwanzaa, freaking Hanukkah, Festivus, all the things, Secret Santas for office stuff, because that's back on now. Thank God we're slowly but surely chugging along towards normal. So let me know in the comment section down below if you want what you guys have been doing to move your business forward. For those people who have gotten into Funnel Dynasty so far, that's really, really cool. Thank you so much. Today is the last day for anyone watching this live. We're on the replay today on November 17th, 2021. This is the last day that you are eligible to get the beta launching price. My students know through the years I've launched a whole bunch of courses. Some of them are mini courses. I have no plans to do any mini course really for the foreseeable future. I've had some deep dive courses like Socialgram Shortcut for Instagram marketing and sales, Social Talk Shortcut for TikTok marketing and sales. Yes, you can do that. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is heading towards 830,000 now. We are slowly but surely getting there. I really would like to think that maybe by the end of the year, the beginning of next year, we hit 1 million at the rate we've been going. As with anything else, you chug really fast at times and you chug really slow at times. TikTok's exciting because every video is judged on its own. Your account, as of right now, does not get all this sort of ranking power that might also affect how your individual content performs. That's different on Facebook and Instagram. It's different with both of those platforms versus TikTok. TikTok's algorithm is very, very different and proprietary. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. But today is the last day that you can get. Ooh, let me put the link here just in case. Most everybody's been telling me they've been getting their emails and stuff, which is good. Last day for, and I see your thing, Heather. I'm going to get to it. Funnel Dynasty at beta launch pricing. And I'll explain why it's a beta launch pricing in a minute. Let me see. Can I pin this sucker? I can. All right. Whew. All right. Oh, and Annie McDonald's here. Hi, Annie. What's going on? Ann McDonald. What's going on? Hello from Gray Sky, Ontario, Canada. Glad to see you're feeling somewhat better. I am definitely getting there. No makeup, but part of the reason why there's no makeup is I've got my head down to finish the Funnel Dynasty course. It is a 7-module course. We have content up to module 4 in the course, and 2 of the 7 bonuses that correspond with it, people have access to automatically. The course itself really should be finished by the weekend, as long as nothing else happens, because module 4 is like the biggest module in the course, and I'm just finishing the last stray videos for that. Module 7 will start off being short, but I'm going to layer more into it throughout the year. So that module will grow. All the modules can grow, but module 7 will grow. So that I can knock out in a day. So I do feel pretty confident. By the time it's Sunday going into Monday, you should have, if you've already gotten access to Funnel Dynasty or you do it today, yes, there's a 12 pay for it. You should have all 7 modules. And like I said, 2 out of the 7 bonuses you already have access to. You can click on the link down below. I pinned it, at least for the live. And you can see, the pricing. The pricing will double after the cart closes at say 11:59 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So the reason why I have the beta launch pricing isn't just because it's the first time and yay. For my coaches and course creators, keep this in mind. Funnel Dynasty was a course that I had surveyed my students in the past, and I listened to my students when we're talking via DMs or messages or what have you. And I built this course around what my students, indicated that they still wanted from me. And so this is my big course. Not to say that other courses I put out, I'm not going to support or whatever, but this is going to be the course for me. This is where I'm going to put my attention, a lot of my attention. Yes, I will still keep other courses updated and things like that. And yes, I will have Planathon. But by the way, if you get Funnel Dynasty this go round, Planathon is one of your 7 bonuses. You don't have to pay for that day's experience and all the PDFs and guides and content, and content prompts for the whole next year. That's already one of the 7 bonuses also. So super cool. So I just want to say that because after today, the course will go to $1,997. And yeah, there'll be a 12 pay, but instead of being $99 a month, it'll be $247 a month. I am launching towards the end of November. I believe into early December with a major influencer. So they needed the course to be finished, and they needed to be at the full price, of course, to make it worth their time and my time, of course. So, yeah, that's my big course. It will be sold for $1,997 after the cart closes tonight, and it will be sold at that price throughout the entirety of 2022 as well. By 2023, my goal is to have the course be $5,000 because of what's going to be in there when I finish the course now. All the 7 bonuses that include weekly coaching with me. But that weekly coaching isn't just meant to be one-on group like the usual way I do it for those paid students of mine already. Yes, it would be like that, but I'm meaning to take a student every week and spotlight their current website and content marketing based efforts so that we can, surely any other students there live and on the replay can crowdsource, many hands make light work. But I'm going to sit there and tell you, like, in terms of your website pages and posts, are they well optimized? The copy that you're using, how things are laid out, and then your basic content marketing as well. Okay, like, take a look at your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, what have you. So, and then we can follow back with anybody that we spotlighted from week to week 2 after we're done with the next week's spotlight. So that is a lot more fine grain. That has very high value to it in and of itself. If I were just a garden variety life coach at $150 an hour, after like how many weeks of coaching, we've already exceeded the value of the course, let alone 7 modules and 6 other bonuses besides the live stream that goes down in the Facebook group that, of course, is for paid students only. Okay, so Heather says we're doing in-person shows almost every weekend to maintain some more consistent revenue. I have 2 shows this weekend, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Last weekend, I had a 2-day show and it went great. Good. I'm so glad to see that everything's on the upswing for you. That is cool. Personal Space Creations, or Bridget says, I'm going through Module 1 of Funnel Dynasty, and it goes even deeper than Social Gram, Social Pin, and even deeper than any of the Funnel Fairy Godmother courses you've offered before. Thank you. Nance Trombley, who I think you know from my other student groups, she's like, I think she's getting into Module 4 now because she knows I'm almost done with it. And she's just like, this is the deepest, most fine grain. Thank you for that, Bridget, by the way. This is the most fine grain anything I've ever seen. Like, if you go through these lessons and it'll demystify things for you on every possible level. Like I said, this course is my magnum opus. Okay. Like, it really is. Everything that I have ever taught, or back when I did Done For You stuff, this is it. This is everything you could get from me, my highest and best stuff. Now, when I'm done laying out all 7 modules, I'm going to go back and layer in 2 rounds of example videos. Maybe not for every single lesson. If we're just breaking down basic concepts, obviously not. But where we start to get more fine grain, you'll have PDFs for pretty much everything. I know some people are like, all I need are the lessons. I don't want any homework. And some people are like, I love the lessons, but I need the action sheets and the guides. That helps me go deeper. And some people go, both of those things are great, but I wish I could kind of be over your shoulder and see what this looks like out in the wild. You're going to get that. So the first time I layer things through, I'm going to use a more advanced business like Joe's Dairy Barn Grill. And so if we're talking analytics, you're going to see a snapshot of analytics because we're going to go into that like really deep and really fine grain in Module 7. So you're not just going to know what they are in like a general sense. Like, you're going to literally have like checklists and action sheets, okay, that will help you take the data that you get from week to week and implement it with your content marketing so that you evolve it, right? I know I've talked about that before, but like, you're actually going to see, okay, like you're going to see my process for it, my step-by-step blueprints for it. And also, you're in Module 1, Bridget, I think it's Module 2 that you get the business blueprints. And so I have talked about different targets in my coaching groups and sometimes on YouTube as well. I have talked about the concept of what I think a beginner ought to do and ought to focus on, and then somebody who I consider to be intermediate, like what they need to do. so that they can move on to advanced, and beginner has more hurdles and challenges and problems to solve than anyone else. Let me just log into the course really, really quick. But we do have now a fine grained business blueprint, one lesson for every single level that not only talks about the stuff that I've talked about openly, but even more fine grained in terms of targets to hit for a variety of KPIs or key performance indicators. Oh, it is in module one. It is. Okay. I was like, if it's not in module one, it's got to be in module two. So, and there will be PDFs to follow, like I said, for pretty much everything. And of course, you'll get the business blueprints in like PDFs as well. But so the first examples, like click by click, well, not click by click, but like over the shoulder, or you see examples of things succeeding out in the wild and what it looks like and why it works. I'm going to go through and layer in Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill examples with videos. When I'm done with the course, when I'm done with the bonuses, I'm going to circle back and be sprinkling those in. And then I have to catch up with Socialgram shortcut updates, social pin shortcut updates, and remastering Social Talk shortcut. Basically, in that Social Talk shortcut for students of mine who don't have Social Talk yet, that's my TikTok marketing course. Pretty much everything that's in that course is largely unchanged, except they've gone to 3 minutes. But I still want to remaster it because a lot of them are like lives that I did within the student group, and I want to make it like nice lessons. And then, I'll be making references to you can go up to 3 minutes. And I think I'll do a separate lesson that just gives my thoughts on, you've got to check your analytics because sometimes less is more on TikTok. So Funnel Fairy Godmother stuff, those were supposed to be mini courses, although I think I went kind of deep divey, especially for the prices that you paid. But those were only meant to like spotlight certain challenges or whatever and how to like unravel those. Funnel Dynasty may have some sampling from all of those things, right? Because that's a big, deep, cohesive course. But Funnel Dynasty isn't like the anime thing Voltron, where I just take all the lions and I put them together and boom, now I have a course, It's not quite that. You will see if you have, and I think Bridget has all the Funnel Fairy Godmother courses, you will see elements from all, 8 of those mini deep dives in there, but we go like even more, and then I hook it into other things that I haven't necessarily taught out in the wild. So Socialgram shortcut is the Instagram deep dive course. I'm going to add another, I think I'm going to add another module for Reels, but in that Facebook group, we've done Reels challenges and all sorts of stuff. Social pin shortcut is a Pinterest course. That's pretty up to date, to be honest with you. And Heather says, I need to restructure my days and times to work in online social media content, emails, etc. Really fell off the wagon there. Currently spending lots of time prepping for weekly shows. Interested but nervous about signing up for Funnel Dynasty. Well, I ain't pushing nobody to do nothing, Miss Heather. The only thing I will say is that once the cart closes today, that's it. So if you're at all concerned, get on the 12 pay because that's $99 a month. Because the next time I do the 12 pay, it'll be $247 a month. You don't want to do that. And of course, speak to your tax expert because you can write off my courses and other people's courses and anything you bought from me, including digital stuff like the popularity plan. You can write that off against income. You should be able to. I'm not your tax expert, of course. But yeah, so that course is it. I don't have another big course coming out or even a mini course. I will do the Planathon event. I do that every December. It'll be the first Saturday in December. I will put that up for sale. And I will have to do that next week along with the popularity plan. And if anybody is missing the gingerbread batch of frosting, you'll also have an opportunity to get that because that's the marketing and sales plan for December. That's like an 8-lesson evergreen December focused mini course. As I know, some people don't have all their frostings, and I love my frosties. This is a gift from one of them. This is my live with frosting cup. So yeah, I'm still supporting all my other stuff. Funnel Fairy Godmother are evergreen mini deep dives on issues, and the Frostin' batches, one for every month of the year, those are like evergreen, but focusing on those months. So there's really no updates to put with any of those. So I feel pretty decent about that. But don't worry about. I will say this, Heather, and it's been a while since I've talked about this concept. Ooh, I see that more people are on here. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Even if you're commenting, you're letting me know what you're doing in your business, you're asking me questions and stuff. If you give this video a thumbs up, the algorithm will push this out to more of my current subscribers so that they see it live and on the replay more likely. And it might also suggest this out to other people who should be seeing this video. So I really, really appreciate it, either live or on the replay. So thumbs up, please, please, please. That helps. So the one thing I will say to Heather and anybody else is if you guys are having a hard time finding time in your busy day, because we're busy personally and we're busy professionally, right? Unless you just started your business and you're retired and you're sitting at home and you're an empty nester and you have nothing but time, most everybody else is busy. And in today's life, nobody's cornered the market on busy, right? So what I say is you need a power hour for your business. And a lot of people will be like, how often do I do it? A power hour a day, 7 days a week is a minimum. If you're not putting 7 hours a week into the marketing effort of your business, and you can put customer service in there too, it's really hard to grow your business, right? I mean, you can put a website out there, but it's very competitive to rank on Google. You can do it. And in a matter of weeks or months, if every single week you are working on your website, you can get your website to rank. You totally can. I wouldn't discourage anybody. But if you are not putting about an hour a day into your business to move it forward, how are you going to move it forward? You're just hoping someone trips across you on Etsy, or you hope someone's tripping across you on Google, or for my coaches or course creators out there, you're hoping they trip across you on Udemy and Skillshare? Please, please. They can. 2% of them can. What are you going to do for the other 98% of sales that you can capture? Now, if you're like, well, I don't have a whole hour to put aside for my content marketing and customer service and stuff like that too, I don't have time for that. A whole hour, Stacey, you don't know my schedule. I don't have to know your schedule. Here's another thing. You can split it up into two 30-minute hemispheres. You wake up a half an hour earlier in the morning, you go to bed a half an hour later at night. That's one way of doing it. Oh, Stacey, I can't do that because bop. Okay, all right. Here's where I get you. You can split your power hour into 4 15-minute quads and time lapse it out throughout the day. You get up 15 minutes earlier. You go to bed 15 minutes earlier. You work during the day and get an hour lunch break and 2 15-minute breaks. Fine, enjoy your hour as you normally would for lunch and take your 2 15-minute breaks and put that towards your business. I mean, you have to get strategic and intentional about it. But if you're not working your business an hour a day, I don't know. Like, you're hoping they just trip across you in Google and everybody buys? Like, that's not realistic. It's not 20 years ago. That's not how it works. So I'm not saying it's easy, but it is possible to do. Bridget says we have our third Thursday Facebook sale tomorrow night. So totally launching messy for it. Totally forgot it was this week. And Planathon does take almost a day. It does. Because live, I can go 4 to 6 hours, and we're doing a lot of stuff in real time with each other. So that's true. Marissa Parsons said, I took a leap and did my very first craft show. Good girl. It was a good experience and exactly what I expected. Yay, baby steps. All right. Hey, Miss Nicola, what's going on? You're not late. I was actually 6 minutes late because I had a heck of a time connecting. Ooh, Music Chick Art is here. What's going on, girl? Hey, Miss Laura. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Marissa says, I'm still in the process of setting up online, but took advantage of this to start an email list and do some in-person research and education. It was just one full day and low cost of entry was worth it. Good girl. That's great. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Oh, you just signed up. Good girl. Thank you. Music Chick Art. Nora. Personal Space Creations Bridget said, I had an in-person event last Saturday. It wasn't our best show money-wise, but I had some major anxiety to overcome to do it. The moms, because she's got elder care, germs, peopling after a year. I know. The social distancing and lockdown and phases and stuff. Be gentle with yourself, Bridget. I mean, I understand you. I pulled the Band-Aid off. You had to, and it's good, and it's behind you, and you're gonna be able to get more into the groove. You really are. Tiffany says, I have power hours usually up to 5 once baby goes to sleep, but I don't consider them power hours. So I'm so spent by them. I understand that. So it's the equivalent of an hour. I understand that. Where you're at, I totally understand that. Heather says, great job, Bridget. It can be nerve wracking. That's cool. That's really cool. And she's right. And good leadership and support, Heather. I really appreciate you doing that. Tiffany says, but I definitely have that power hour idea always in my head due to your teachings. I appreciate it. Yay! I know I've helped a lot of people like that. The 4 15-minute quads get a lot of people because they're like, oh, I could do that. I might have to schedule them in or set up like timers on my phone to remind me to take them, however your day is structured. But it is possible. It really is possible, even if you work and go to school to do it, because otherwise you do have to realize it's next to impossible to keep the big wheel turning for your business, even if there was no such thing as content marketing. Like, how are you going to do the customer service? If you're a physical products-based business, how are you going to ship everything out? How are you going to create it all? Like it's just, how are you going to take the photos? Like, you have to spend an hour every single day on your business. You really do. And it's amazing how many people first come to me. I'm not saying this is Tiffany, but how many people first come to me and, they're complaining their business is doing nothing. And even when you start with the basic, like, are you even doing a power hour today? Immediately they're like, nope, I don't have a whole hour. And then we start going 2 half-hour quads, 2 half-hour hemispheres, 4 15-minute quads. You can do it, but you have to be very, very intentional, or I don't know how you're moving your business forward. La 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 la. Bridget, you're sweet. She says to @Music Chick Art, you're already rocking your business. You're going to dominate it, girl. And then she's thanking Heather for being so nice. And Heather says, thanks, Stacey. You definitely need to go back to time blocking my days a bit better. Yes, that's another phrase that I like to use and is good to use. So thank you for that, Heather. Time blocking, because some people hear that and they go, I know what that is. Marissa, yay. So, and Tiffany says, yes, awesome on launching messy. So much better than not launching at all. I agree. Super stoked for you. I'll be aiming for the same. Very messy, but Friday is my final deadline. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to do it. The first time might be a total train wreck, but as with anything else, you get better at doing the thing by doing the thing, right? So I found that I'm not special. I just may be way ahead on the journey than a lot of you guys and gals are. I've been teaching content marketing for 8 years now. So, there's a lot of learning curves when you first start out, and the older you are, a lot of this stuff isn't as natively intuitive as if you're a much older Gen Zer or a young to medium range Gen Yer, or a millennial. So there's a lot to have to conquer. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for me when it comes to content marketing? Because I'm happy to answer those too. I'm glad we acknowledged any of the work that we got done. And yes, I'm glad to have revisited the whole power hour thing. Hold on here in just a second. So for my product-based people, I know you're like balling up out of control. You're super busy. Coaches and course creators, you could be busy depending upon what you're teaching and who you're teaching it to. But for a lot of coaches and course creators, even if you're not like in the weight loss sphere, if you're going to do a course or redo a course or update a course or start working on your website and or your sales funnels, now is the time to do it before the end of the year holidays hit, because January is really good for New Year, New Me, even if it has nothing to do with weight loss. New Year, New Me, it's a huge time to like get in there and help other people personally or professionally with whatever it is they want to do in their lives. So I see Tiffany saying, yeah, I'm definitely trying to make sure I fit in at least 2 to 4 extra 30-minute sessions or blocks just to get out there and get making products when I can. When I can still think straight. I know it's hard, especially to the baby. We can do it. You absolutely will do it. Okay. Like, the only thing that you don't know is what the outcome is going to be. But you know what? If you don't do it, you have a guaranteed outcome of 0, of course. So you're going to go and you're going to get into the flow of it, and it might be messy as all hell. But you know what? you've got more experience under your belt. You're going to get into the flow, right? And you're going to, you might make some sales. I hope also that when you guys go out in person, that you are getting people onto your email list. That's really huge. So even if somebody doesn't buy from you today, you could have an event only special. These are for my people selling IRL or in real life, right? You could have an event only special that runs until 11:59 p.m. that evening, right? In whatever time zone you're at, I would have signage saying it, and they have to get on your email list to get the coupon. Make it a really juicy coupon. Anything under 20% won't work at all. And I'm not saying you have to do like 50% off or something like that, like you would for Black Friday. I think Black Friday through Cyber Monday, that has to be like your highest and best discounts or freebies or free shipping or whatever it is you're going to do. Like you kill the fatted calf between Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Anything else can come up close to that when you're in an in real life setting. I used to do this years ago, like 10 years ago or something like that, right? Oh my God, 10 years ago. I can't believe that. I did do some IRL events in 2011, and I think my last one was in March of 2012. So it's been 10 years. And so I would have like maybe a 30% off. But the only way you are going to get that is if you sign up for the email list. And I had to do things manually back then. Now you guys could be like whatever little app or whatever on your phone and be like, and you can easily, from a device at the show or after you get home and whenever you're going to cut off the validity of that coupon, boom, instead of 20% up to sign up for my email list, and you get a coupon code that might be good for a week or something. Please tell me that when people opt into your email list, no matter what they're buying, if you're using a coupon code, could you please tell me that there's an expiration date on that? Because if you're like, people are opting into my email list and they don't redeem their coupons, or not too many people do, and I'm surprised and disappointed, is it open-ended? Because if it is, and you're not having tons and tons of people careening in to redeem it, so like pick a day of the week where you're going to update the deadline for that coupon and have it, if you're using MailChimp, for example, you would have to go in and you would have to just change the opt-in like form and make sure that if you have the deadline for the coupon, you should put it there. And you'll have to like maybe change the expiration date out in a couple of your emails. If you have an automated like welcome email series, once somebody opts in, they're automatically going to get their coupon delivered. That first email you'll have to update, and maybe like one more, like the next email might say something in the subject line like, did you get it, or did you get the coupon, right? And so like you would have to update that expiration date. So maybe there's 3 places between the opt-in form itself and then the first 2 emails in your funnel that you would have to update from week to week. But it's the same place. So do it like first thing Sunday morning, for example, and just put that expiration date in. Otherwise, there's no urgency, scarcity, or leverage for anyone to do anything. There really isn't. So that's a quick fix too for people. But yes, when you're in an event, you should have some sort of special sale, and they need to opt into your email list to redeem the coupon. And you could even be like, I'll help you. What's your email list? And what's your email address? And I'll apply the coupon right here. And why do you want to be on my email list besides getting the coupon or the deal and the steal for the day, whatever it might be for that in real life event? Is it a craft show? Is it an expo? What is it? Different business models. It's going to be different things, but it would still be the same idea, right? You would tell them, hey, you're going to get additional, coupons and stuff. I don't put coupon codes out in the public. I don't do that. Like maybe that's something you can say depending upon how you run things. Or I might have a site-wide sale, once a month as one of my minimum 2 sales promotions that I do. But I might give my email VIPs a coupon code to stack on top of it. Or you guys get free shipping on top of the site-wide. Like I always treat my VIPs better. I like the idea, like with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, there's no other way for you to get coupons. We used to be in like those coupon books that the kids would sell and everything. And I know it sounds mean, but the last several years, we haven't participated in those because we want to capture the leads, right? We need to capture the leads. So, let me know if anything that I said resonated with you, or if you have any questions about like, vendor shows or expos or craft shows or anything like that. So Bridget asked, what's the minimum time per platform for a live again for the algorithm to help you? Yes. That's a great question, Bridget. I would say, now they don't tell you exactly because they don't want you to game the system, but I'm always checking in on people who are checking the algorithms, like your algorithm chasers. 15 minutes is like a sheer minimum. If you are going live and dumping off in less than 15 minutes, and you want people to show up for a live, and you're not just posting like a quick reminder in a group and then you're gone, and whatever. But if you're doing a live stream like that once a week minimum live stream that I'm telling you guys you should do, and if you can only do it on one platform, pick the one platform that's most important for the niche that you're appealing to, right? So is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it Twitter? Twitter. Who knows? Okay, like, because you know your ideal customer. You don't know your ideal customer enough to understand that those people more likely than not are on one platform or maybe two, but it's like a really close tie. If you can't figure out where you need to go, no wonder you're not making many, if any, sales, because you're not pitching to a clear enough person. Marketing and sales works when they show up to your website or your blog or your YouTube channel or your social media content. And they like practically see themselves represented in a mirror and they go, oh, that's me. They get me, right? I'm vibing with that. If you can't create that, you do not understand your person enough. You don't. You just don't. Because if you can't market to them successfully, how do you know you're going to sell to them successfully? You could create something that you think is gorgeous, that you think in your head somebody should appreciate and want and buy. And if they're not buying it, the disconnect is you don't understand where they're at right now and what they're looking for right now. That might have been so 5 years ago for them, but they're looking for this now for themselves or now for gifts for people, right? You really have to understand your ideal customer. The Stacey sales success formula is always doing this in order, folks. Number one, whom do you serve? Number two, what's your main pain point? Number three, what do they want and need? And that's what you create for them. I don't care if it's physical products. I don't care if it's edible products like Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill does. I don't care if you're a coach or a course creator. I don't care if you're selling digital downloads. If you don't know whom you're serving and shoot everything through that person's lens so that they go, oh my God, that's me, you're done. Okay. They're just going to be like, oh, cool, and scroll away from whatever they find in the feed, if you even know how to optimize stuff to be found by them reliably in the first place. All right, I see some activity here. Tiffany says, I'm wondering if leading up to the Black Friday weekend, especially as I'm launching so close to it, can marketing be more than 20% about the launch and the upcoming huge weekend sale like the jewelry business? That is a great question, Tiffany, and here's my answer. If you're basically piggybacking on Black Friday through Cyber Monday, then absolutely give them the best discount that you can give. Right? If you're spitting distance from it anyway, then just do it. Make it worth your time to come out there. But, and this is something that my original mentor, Renee Christine, always said, and I'm going to give her credit. You want to make sure that you price high enough so that you can discount low enough. When I hear people saying, I can't give 40 to 50% off, like I hear you, it's really only going to be once a year, Stacey, and that would be as deep as I go normally, unless I'm doing a clearance sale to get rid of stuff. Fine, at least let me turn all this stuff into cash so I can reinvest it back into my business. Clearance stuff aside, all right, but I can't do 40 to 50%. I'll make nothing. Then I guarantee you're not charging enough anyway. You need to have a certain profit margin. If your profit margin isn't, I'm painting with a broad brush, but if your profit margin isn't about a third of every sale is just profit for you, and a third covers any sort of costs, materials, whatever, and a third like your labor and overhead. Like if you're not doing that, you're not profitable enough. You're really not. And you need to price higher so you can discount lower. Lucky you in one sense. It's kind of a backhanded blessing with all the inflation. Price higher. This is your best excuse to price higher. And if you want to have like this is Black Friday through Cyber Monday that we're coming up on. But like maybe after that, if you don't have the gingerbread batch of frosting and you don't have the 12 days of Christmas and all that stuff that we talk about there, wink, wink, because that tends to work really good for the people who are in the gingerbread batch of frosting. Just saying. And then we have like the 5-day version of it and all that. I would say, hey, before I have to go jacking my prices because materials and or ingredients or component parts or whatever, the cost is just going up and up. You have 72 hours of a 72-hour site-wide sale before I have to raise the prices of everything because the cost of everything has gone up so much. Someone would have to live under a rock to question you. So if you wanted a bad guy or a heavy for you to, jack your prices, go nuts. I have never, I really don't think I have ever, in all the 8 years that I've coached, I don't think I've ever had where I was just starting to get sales and then I raised my prices and everyone ran away. Nope. Cheaper prices also equal cheaper customers. You don't want to be the Dollar General of your space. You want to be the Tiffany's of your space. And it's not just your hard work that you can sit there and educate people about in emails and videos and live streams and demos and, your content marketing. It's like the type of materials that you pick. You can totally educate your customer into totally seeing that you're like the Cadillac of whatever in your space, right? You would rather have somebody, and I'll tell you what, a lot of people see cheap prices and you don't know how many sales you're scaring off because they're like, well, it must be cheap quality, right? So you want to attract people who are upper middle class and above, because if folks are living paycheck to paycheck or worse, they're not going to be able to buy from you either at all, or they're going to have to scrape up all year to buy for end of the year holiday stuff. And I know my products people are like, well, of course, then I get my busiest November and December ever, and October too for everybody shopping earlier. And then the whole rest of the year, it's crickets. Oh, it's probably because you are not selling enough. You're not asking enough. You're not running enough promotions. Now I see the thumbs up going up because I'm right. Seriously, you want people who can afford to buy from you every single month. There are birthdays and life events every single month. There are gift-giving reasons every single month, and or they're buying consumable goods from you. They're burning down the candles. They're using up the oils, right? Whatever. They're eating your edible products, whatever. And so they need to get refills, makeup, skincare, that sort of stuff. They're not consuming it, but they're using it and they're consuming it. So you want somebody who can afford to keep getting consumable goods from you every single month, right? Why would you not want that? And then for my people who are selling jewelry, for example, anything that isn't consumable goods, the way I teach stuff, it's collectible goods, right? So why can't they collect every single month? I laugh. I don't want to out somebody, but some of my students know from one of my groups like a year ago or whatever, I had somebody that was in the jewelry business and they said, well, I understand what you're saying, Stacey, but like how much jewelry does anybody need? I'm like, wow, you are not your ideal customer, because if someone's a jewelry freak, they want new jewelry all the time. How many people down here know who Starla Moore is? You can go, hi, Starla, or I love Starla, or whatever you want in the comments down below. Live and on the replay. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can ask your question and I will try to get back to you. I definitely check on my stuff within like the first 24 hours of me posting a video. Okay, but hold on. Sippy. Starla Moore, when she was running her jewelry business actively, she was putting out collections every month that would sell out. Every month. And she had a core component of people, we're not talking 2, 3, 10, 12, who would have to buy like every single piece she put out, or at least make sure that they got 1 or 2 pieces per collection. They collected jewelry. And whether they collect it to collect it, or they wear it, they wear different jewelry every day. They wear different jewelry for different events, different jewelry for every season, different jewelry for every trend. Damn, you should be selling jewelry every single week. And I have students like Melissa Pickle who can run a sales promotion every single week, and she will sell out or have huge sales every single week. So for those of you who are like, well, but I sell like, I don't know, here's some Donna Huslander who's so busy now she can't even come to my stuff anymore. A lot of my advanced students are long gone because they are doing so much work now, especially this time of year. How many crystals does anybody need? I mean, I sell crystals, and how many? Every single month. They should be buying from you every single month. Oh my God, but that's like so much money. Yeah, it is. And you should be selling to upper middle class and above where they have disposable income and they can buy for themselves and anybody else they choose every single month. Every single month. All right, hold on. Now everybody's like, whoa, okay. So yes, Tiffany, definitely go more than 20% and make sure that you are getting people onto your email list to give them that discount. Please just don't give people a discount. And you can get away by saying, if you so choose, I only really give discounts through my email list. That's how I deliver it. If you're not going to do site-wide sales, or they're only going to be once, twice a year, or you could do site-wide sales and say, but my VIPs get extra, and tell them what that is. Okay, so Music Chick Art says, I've been making products at lunchtime and after work, but I keep forgetting to take photos and video. I need a better flow for my marketing. That's understandable. That's understandable. Heather says, my last live was actually 22 minutes long. I think a good chunk of it was filled with ums. You will get better at it, Heather. Talking in public, especially doing live streams, you get better at doing the thing by doing the thing. But I appreciate your transparency and your vulnerability. I really do. And I think that Laura's right. You would probably notice the ums more than we would. Don't sweat it. Absolutely not. Don't sweat it. We're always our own worst critics. And when we're out there doing live streams, we're always pitching stuff. We never catch what we pitch, right? That's impossible. So we know what we mean, and we're like heavy duty focused on what we're doing when we're live. But the people who are receiving it are not, they don't even know what it's supposed to be. They're just catching, right? So they're never going to be as hypercritical as you are, because they're in a different mode of activity when they're receiving your information. Bridget says, in our booth raffle, our in-booth raffle, there we go, was only if you signed up for our email list, and we let them know that they got 20% for signing up. And we send out a VIP coupon code every week. Yes, because you guys are pushing to be true advanced students now, where you're doing sales every single week electronically. Bridget and her husband, Darren, also have a brick and mortar business that's in town where they are. And of course, that's open for sales every single day of every single week. So folks that have brick and mortar businesses, they're like, no duh, how am I going to sell if I'm not putting myself out there to get sales every single day? But you would be surprised possibly about how many students who first come to me and go, but I can't throw a sale every single week. I'll get like 1 million unsubscribes. Nope. 60% of people who subscribe to an email list, statistically speaking, do it because they want to be sold to. They may not be able to buy from you every week, but they are open to knowing about your sales and being sold to. The other 40%, they might want the initial coupon or whatever else your email opt-in is. Like my coaches and course creators, it might be a PDF. It might be like a free video series or something like that. For my video gamer influencers, because I know I have a couple of them watching, that might be trick shot videos and tip, trick, and technique videos that you're not going to publish anywhere else. You want to get people on your email list so you can drive them to Patreon. And I do have other students with other business models where, that's another reason why you want people on your email list. Or if you're doing affiliate marketing, because I use this software, I use this product in my business, you or someone you know may need that. That's another sales event or promotional event. You can stagger these out every single week, even as an influencer / gamer influencer, you can do that. And of course, you can sell your own merch or merchandise. So there should be once a week, every month, where you're spotlighting that and reminding people that you even have it. Once you get to advanced and you have like a big brand-based community around you, like even someone like Melissa Pickle, for example, she has her Oh, she doesn't call them pickle peeps. She calls the people who are on her YouTube channel pickle peeps, like the handmade how to. But oh my god darn it, I forget what she calls her. Oh, beasties. So she calls her people who, buy from Metals and Pieces, her jewelry brand. She calls them her beasties. She now has merch because there's so many of them and they're so involved, and her social marketing is more high touch, that they actually want something with her logo on it. That was the launch for Comfort Food Clothes for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. We launched our classic logo collection, but our plan is every month to have a new collection in, and it's not just going to be our logo. It's going to be sayings on our shirts that we know that our ideal customers would like. So really good advice there, Bridget. I love what you did. And I'm sure you got people to sign up for your email list. Heather says, yeah, I'm sure I do. I hear my high school English teacher correcting me in my head every time I say it. But your high school English teacher isn't watching your live streams. And Bridget says, oh, and they can use the coupon code online and in the brick and mortar. That's being very omni-channel. Going back to my live streams from last week and the week before. So if you missed those, you want to see it. Being omni-channel and also being omnipresent in terms of your marketing, and the different ways you could do it, beginner, intermediate, advanced. I think we touched on that last week. But the more ways, the more channels through which you can address people's questions, you can do sales, you can do customer service, the better. And so I like that. I love that idea, Bridget. Hey, Stacey, sorry joining late. Don't worry about that, Miss Amy Lindblade. I'm just seeing that you're here now. Sorry. Hope you're still here. I got up on the soapbox, girl. I do love Starla. I do. Starla is a sweetheart, and so is her husband, Mark. So Susie B says, other than the most expensive item in my booth sells first at every what? Often, sorry, my bad. Often the most expensive item in my booth sells first at every show. Well, first of all, congratulations on that. Second of all, now you need something more expensive. If it's going that fast and you're not doing all one-of-a-kinds, which I hope you're not doing, because that's really hard to scale on. You'd have to grow a massive brand audience for that to scale. You can scale one of a kind, but most people just don't. They don't have enough financial runway and time to build up an audience like that, where they're just like, "Whoa, I'm going to gobble up everything that you do." So that's telling me that you should probably price your stuff even higher, Susie. That would be my initial guess. And I would have something even more expensive, because then that helps to anchor the price of everything else that is less. But I would almost always tell my students, and it's almost always the case, that you need to charge more. It doesn't matter what it's for. You do need to charge more. We're almost always feeling so consciously and or subconsciously self-conscious that we will dumb down our pricing, because it's like, oh, I can't even ask them for a penny. Times are so hard. When some of my students really blew up last year during the pandemic, that was when the most people were laid off, and that long span and stretch. And some people were like, maybe I just need to lay low, or maybe I'll just do relationship marketing to keep my brand-based community alive. And when more people go back into the workforce, which has barely happened, good thing they didn't wait, at least in America, you know what? I was like, no, please sell now. And they're like, well, more people are out of work now than in the Great Depression. And I'm like, yeah, but our country, if we're being America focused for a second, apologies, but our country is way bigger than the Great Depression. And I mean, but then folks would be like, oh, but 20 million people, are unemployed right now. And I'm like, but there are 330 million people in the United States as of the last census. And it's like, all right. And there are definitely people who have re-entered the workforce since then. And that's just America. And most of you can sell all throughout the globe. Wow, how we limit ourselves. Am I right? So Heather says, so typically we have free shipping on all orders over 50. Would you take that away if you order 50% for Black Friday? So for every business, it's going to be different. You need to calculate things so that you are at least walking away with a profit margin. So I don't know. The answer is it depends. And I don't mean to drop back and punt on you, Heather. You know the cost of the materials. Of course, your time has a value, but like for Black Friday, you need to get people in the fold. So you at least want to be able to break even plus, what is it, 10%, 20%, somewhere in there. Because when you're a physical product-based business, of course, you don't want to take a bath on what you had to lay out of your pocket just to be able to create the thing. So maybe you're not going to make a third, of course, because you're doing a higher percentage plus free shipping. If you want to do both, you totally can. But I would definitely make sure that, let me make sure. So make sure you're walking away with something. Black Friday through Cyber Monday, you might not walk away with what you're going to walk away with for most of the year. However, you are capturing those customers as leads on your email list, and then you are marketing to them a minimum of twice a month. Once someone is a customer and you give them excellent customer service, and if you're shipping things out like tracking numbers and follow-up emails, and then 2 days after they receive the product, I would send them an email and even reach out to them on social media, in their DMs or via Messenger or however you already have a connection with them, perhaps, and be like, listen, I don't know if you saw my email sent 2 days after I know you received it. Did you actually get the product? Are you happy with it? Nobody does that. So people will be like, okay, like their jaw's going to hit the floor, right? And then 2 weeks afterwards, you should be sending them another email and say, hey, hope you're still happy. How's everything going? I really care about every customer and every sale. Nobody tends to do this. Almost no one tends to do this. And then I would say like a month afterwards, I would follow up with them again, especially if we are talking about, now, Heather, in your case, this isn't true, but especially if we're talking about consumable goods. So if you sold candles, someone may have burned down their candle by now and need another. If you sell makeup, skincare, anything like that they're going to go through, they may need more. Or they might want, we're going into a new season, they may want updated, shades or whatnot, right? So I want you to think about that as like your white glove service, 2 days, 2 weeks, and then a month, or what's appropriate, maybe 2 months. I don't know. Again, that is fact and circumstance dependent. You can have these things automated when somebody buys, depending upon the tech and the software that you're doing, or you can sit there and manually track people until you grow your profit margin to the point where you can reinvest into stuff that will help you track and automate. You should not be doing this manually forever. No way. So did that answer your question, Heather? Pricing question, sorry. Please don't apologize, Tiffany. So I know to price higher so you can discount lower, right? Now, Black Friday weekend sale, what discount percentage would be large enough? I'm thinking 40% or something like crazy. I don't know. That is fair to not know. I would think 40% is about the lowest you could go. Between 40 to 50%, I would do that for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Joe's will do that with coupons just to get people to come to our brick and mortar, because we're not in a mall. A mall is not 5 minutes away from us. So we want to draw people to us. We're open on Black Friday. We're not open on Thanksgiving. So all like our cake and pie and everything has to be picked up before that. But we are open on Black Friday. We want to, and of course, through Cyber Monday and beyond, we're open year round now, but we want people to come to Joe's. People are only going to, and they're already in savings mode, right? So you're like, well, you're not selling, like you're selling edible products, but you're not selling stuff like in a mall or through an online shop. Why would you do that? Won't they just come there because they're hungry? No, everyone's in savings mode. So even Joe's will typically take a hit and come to us to save a bigger percent than what we would normally give you for opting in or what we would normally offer you. So we're going to have to, you know what? And so we price things in a fact and circumstance dependent way ourselves so that we're at least coming away with 10, 15% profit instead of the normal third. Does that make sense? So it's a very good question. Marissa Marissa Parsons says my 2-year-old now is repeating Stacey's every single week. You know it. You're a business. Act like a business. There is no shame in throwing a sale every single week. My advanced students who go to multiple 5, 6 figures and beyond, they have to sell every week. What do you imagine they're doing to do that? Right? So they are emailing their people every day or at least close to it because they've got some sort of major promotion going on every single week, right? Why do you think people like Donna and Andrew and Melissa and folks are not here with us anymore like they might have been a year ago? They are like, okay, and now who has teams and, and every single week they're doing the sales stuff. They're doing the lives, they're doing the YouTube videos, they're doing the emails, they're doing the social media posting, right? So Marissa, your son is being raised up very well if he's going to be an entrepreneur. You need to sell every single week. So Tiffany said, since my email list would normally be a 20% off to opt in, I'm thinking it has to be significantly higher for this special weekend. But then I definitely need a price even higher. Yes, you do. She goes, gotcha, yes. VIPers always get the discount always. Good girl, smart girl. So Sizzy B says, I do one-of-a-kind shows, and I'm increasing prices for my next show. You had better. One-of-a-kind, I mean, really. You cannot price those. If that's what you want to do, the heart wants what the heart wants. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. But if I were doing one of a kind, I would make sure that someone's paying very, very dearly for a business model where I really can't scale and grow, or I can't pass a certain point, right? They're paying for your lifespan like never before, right? Like when I create a course, once it's up, especially if it's evergreen and it honestly doesn't need updating, like the mini courses that I did for Funnel Fairy Godmother or the mini courses that I did for Frosted, those things are meant to be evergreen. There really isn't anything to like per se update. So it's set it and forget it with those. I can scale to the moon with those, right? Even products-based people, you can get a team to help you with a lot of the component ends of things. And then maybe you're doing the final assembly or the finer, grained work or whatever. And that's possible to scale too, but only to a certain point, of course. If everything that you do is a one-of-a-kind piece, you know what? You need to charge as high as you possibly can for them. Because I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to get that time back. And that is the most difficult thing to scale. The only thing that's just about as hard to not scale is when you're doing one-on-one coaching, which is why I stopped doing that years ago at a one-on group only. And sorry for the repeated questions. YouTube is acting weird for me this morning. It said I canceled my first question. That's fine. Believe me. I have things like that where I post in a group and suddenly it's 3 times. And I'm like, I didn't do that. And then if I go to delete one, they all go. And I'm like, why? So I totally get it. Yes, please increase your prices, Susie B. And make sure that when you go to shows, this is for anybody but Susie B as well. When you are pricing top tier and you are going for upper middle class and above, where your shows are located, it's so important to pay attention to that because it's great to go out to shows. And if you're the type of person where I'd rather go out to a show than stay home, so I know I might not be in the most ritzy glitzy area, or there isn't a ritzy glitzy area like right next door, 15, 20 minutes away. And I know that they're going to come here, wherever here is, that's fine. That's your call. But the higher your prices, the more you need to show up in more upper middle class neighborhoods. Or things that will definitely attract from experience, from the demographics that maybe the showrunners do. You need to spend your time where those people are going to be able to get it. You go into some sort of firehouse thing in a kind of, white bread, middle class America living paycheck to paycheck sort of thing, and you have your gorgeous, one of a kind things there, I'm not a guarantor of an outcome, but I can all but guarantee that people go, oh, that's so expensive. And then you're doubting yourself when it's like go into a neighborhood where it's upper middle class and above, and now you're getting sales. Okay. If your most expensive thing goes right away, that is almost always telling me that you not only need to lean into more things like that, but you need to raise your prices and have something else be even more supersonic expensive, because that anchors the price of everything else. Even if that supersonic expensive item itself doesn't sell or doesn't sell often, who cares? It is serving as the wingman to get your other stuff that you raise prices on to sell faster and more often as well. It will earn its keep one way or another. La, 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 la. Okay, so Tiffany says, and now I think I know how to balance these discounts and pricing together. Thank you. Heather says, yes, thank you. Making sure we're still taking 10% helps me to figure out the back end. Yeah, Black Friday through Cyber Monday is ugly in terms of like the profit that you're kind of giving up. But if you try to go 20% off, people are going to leave you in the dust for Black Friday through Cyber Monday, right? Or if you're going to do like Black Friday week, you do you. But just make sure that it looks competitive. You don't believe me? Go spend about 5 minutes firing up the Google, and you will see that Black Friday through Cyber Monday, 20%, 25% generally will not cut it. And if you're like, well, Stace, where everything's priced, I won't walk away with 10 or 15% or whatever. I know it's only for a couple of days, but I can't do that. Then you need to raise your prices immediately and keep them high. So this way you can do something that will get you some sort of sales. If you can't sell during the Super Bowl of selling, something is broken in your business model, or your business model might be fine, but how you're running your business on the marketing and sales end of things, one of those pistons in the engine block or more aren't firing. And if even one piston in an engine in real life seizes, the whole thing stops and you go nowhere. So I'm telling you, and now is the best time to raise your prices. Most people expect that prices are going to go up. If you're not doing that, you're behaving like a hobbyist and not like an entrepreneur. Correction, I don't do one of a kind. I had a typo, said Susie. Well, someone watching this live or on the replay will benefit from that. But I think a lot of what I said still kind of would give you, some guidance, Susie. If you need a little bit more, let me know. You guys, if you have any other questions or anything like that, let me know, because we're over an hour. I had a typo. I hear that. Anne says, I have a brick and mortar coach and coach dogs and their owners, wanting to try to move some of that business online due to ongoing illness. Girl, I hear you. Wondering if Funnel Dynasty would be of help to get me started. Okay, you're going to expect that I'm going to tell you yes, and because, I want to make a sale. Putting that aside, I'm going to tell you that as I go into 2022, one of the main groups that I'm going to be marketing that course to is for coaches and course creators. That does not mean that if you are a product-based business, digital, tangible, or a bit of both otherwise, that you will not get any benefit out of it. You all will, regardless of the business model. But yes, it would. Yes, it would help you. Because the way I set it up, technically it is independent of any business model, Funnel Dynasty, and what it teaches you. It's platform agnostic. It's software and app agnostic. Yes, I'll have some recommendations in a bonus section for like what I use, but not everyone's in the same exact business model or something similar to what I'm doing. So, but it's not for ClickFunnels. Although if you're going to go into coach and course creation based stuff, you might want that software, but it's independent. It's business model agnostic. It's ideal customer agnostic. It is platform agnostic for social media. It is software and app agnostic. So I've been coaching for so many years, and I've coached people in so many business models. I can get away with that. And I have a bigger email list, and I can get away with that. And I have the next time this launches, which will be with that influencer towards the end of this month, where I go to the doubled price, right? which it'll stay at for the next year. And then it's going to go to $5,000 in 2023. I kid you not. That's like the plan. I'm going to stagger it up, and I cannot say it enough. My students who are like, I need to get it at the lower price because even that's a stretch. Today's the day to do it. Today the cart closes. And I'll be finishing out the course over the next week. We're up to module 4 right now, and there's 7 modules, and I'm actually adding more to module 4. I added more. So for some reason, you guys who are already in there kind of skipped ahead to see like how much was already in there. There was quite a bit in module 4. I put several more lessons in there. By tomorrow, Barney should be done editing the last 2-3 lessons that should go in there. And then all the swipe files, you'll get those over the weekend into Monday. I will feel better when I am done with the main lessons for module 5, 6, and 7. And 7's going to start a little light, but I'm going to add to it on an ongoing basis. So the worst is over. So yeah, that would help you with a coach course creation business. It would help you with any sort of online business. It would even help people in the edible product space business. So yeah, and I would highly recommend you giving it a try. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. Like I said, the course, it's going to be done in the next week. So you'll have the course proper, and several of the bonuses are already available, like the Facebook group. I already did the first coaching session on Monday, which was like a lot of warm up and stuff. But every Monday, there's a live stream in the Facebook only group for the students. And there's replays, of course. There's a tech issue, but so far I haven't had problems with that. So just the coaching alone, I can help you spotlight you and what you already have for your business. And then we can go back and do look backs at people I've spotlighted before from week to week. So just for the coaching alone, it's even worth it. Even at the current price, it's worth that. Hi, Kendra. What's going on? Nice to see you here. All right. So yes, Tiffany's like, right? Tech is so kind to us. At least it's not playing favorites. No, it's not. And the more you use it, the more you're going to have issues with it. But it is awesome, which is why I still lean into it more and more. And Tiffany is right. She says, yes, prices are going up on everything. And with supply issues, yes, raise your prices, because at least for me, materials are going up and away. Of course they are. Heather says, thank you, Stacey. Have a great day. You are welcome. Bridget says, we do both one-of-a-kind and repeatable customizable products. Adding a name makes it unique, but not one-of-a-kind. So we market them differently. You have to. I just raised the prices on all of our one-of-a-kind pieces this week. Amy Lindblade said, I joined Funnel Dynasty. Oh, thank you. I'm still on module 1, but so far I love it. I definitely plan on adding a coaching business to my handmade business. You should. You should. Especially for my advanced students, that is one thing that I highly recommend that they do. I have had through the years, several of my advanced students, like say, for example, so Bridget's still here. So if you're doing, so Bridget, this is something for you to grow into. Bye, honey. Have a great day. This is something for you to grow into, because I know she does like boho jewelry also, because they have 2 businesses, she and her husband, right? So she does boho jewelry that has like oil diffusers. Blah. Okay, so she should, when she feels ready, and she's in the advanced category and she's got the time for this and she's not going to melt down, because she has a life and she has kids and she has grandkids and she has elder care, and she and her husband have a brick and mortar business and an online business and all the things. So, but once she's ready, I would say to Bridget, like, I would have a course. I would become a coach and a course creator too if I were Bridget. And I would at least have a course teaching people. There's 2 different ways you could do it. And you could do both over time. One, you could do a course showing people how to create their own boho jewelry business. Or, and this is where I would start, I would have a course that teaches people about the benefits of essential oils. And because that's not only, you're a thought leader and an expert in your space. You've been in business having to do with wearable diffuser, boho-based jewelry for how many years? So, and you've been, using and selling essential oils for how many years? So you are already qualified as an expert. Doing things persistently and consistently for about a year, especially if someone can see that from the outside looking in, or you can gather enough evidence quickly enough from the outside looking in to say, you know what, I am an expert or a thought leader in my space. I may not be the Tony Robbins or the Tonita Robbins of essential oils, but look, this is how I can establish myself as. And we talk about true guru and how to establish ourselves as a true guru and not like a fake from the outside looking in, right? How we can authentically establish ourselves as somebody that's worthy of someone's know, like, and trust when they first come across us in our content marketing. But for even someone in a products-based business, you could teach somebody how to run a products-based business just like yours if they want to. You could sell it globally, and not everybody's going to be an immediate competitor with you. Or you could talk about one of the component parts like essential oils and sell that. And then you know what? You could show off pieces in your collection throughout the course from either the essential oils that you sell and or the jewelry that you create, the diffuser jewelry, so somebody could carry around their essential oil goodness with them all the time. So you're actually cross-selling in your courses, right? So yes. Thanks, Stacey and Amy, for your input. You are welcome, Anne. So Bridget says, I just told Darren that I'm not doing a course until we were living the RV life and have employees running the stores. Yes, stores with an S. Good girl. And I love that. You got to name it to claim it. And you guys have been chugging along just the last, 2 years that you've been training with me? You started very experienced in the businesses that you were in, but very new to content marketing. And just look at you now. I am so super proud of you. And Amy Lindblade, yes, you do want to have the coaching business for your handmade business. So hopefully the example that I gave you for Bridget would make sense to you. And Anne, if you're still here, I can't recall. Is this Snuffle and Tugs? I have to remember. So I know you have a brick and mortar business and you coach dogs and their owners. Do you sell products as well? Like, it doesn't even have to be products that you make, although of course, given the example I just gave, Anne, you could do that. But you could also be like, well, I have a brick and mortar store and I sell products, and I retail, and I get the products from wholesalers. But you could, because this is true for basically any business model, but you could get affiliate sales. So that's something else that when you're doing an online course, you could leave links to products and services that you would recommend that people fold into the care and feeding and the training of their dogs. And you could get like a percentage or a commission from anybody who clicks on those links and actually buys the products that you would teach them to use. So think about that. There's so many different ways that no matter what business model you have now, when it's appropriate, you can grow into having multiple streams of income. All right. Is everybody in a good place? Please let me know. Please let me know. All right, somebody's telling me they just got Funnel Dynasty. Be sure to use the email that you made your purchase with, not your password. Be anything you want. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are in a good place. Do you have any questions about Funnel Dynasty? If you click on the link, the sales page really should answer most of them. Should answer most of them. Let me just hook up Jan here. Miss Jan Solitro. Okay, so at least I gave her that. Ah, Anne says, no products at this time, but I would love to sell. And Tiffany says, thank you, Stacey. You're awesome. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy lives to be here. Yes, Anne, I would. Of course, you expect me to say this. I know. But you should get the course. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. The course should be completed in the next several days anyway, the course proper. And you get 2 out of the I can do fingers. 7 bonuses immediately. One is access to the Facebook group, and the next is access to weekly live streams and replays with me. And I think I'm going to have at least 2 guides prepared, definitely by Monday. Definitely. The designer's usually super good with her deadlines. So, and then I'm going to have 2 mini classes, master classes, that will also be in the bonus section. One will be a deeper dive if for any reason y'all need to work on your ideal customer more. And of course, it's something we can talk about in the weekly coaching. And the second one will be about algorithmic compulsion. If you have Funnel Fairy Godmother Compel, yes, there will be some things that will remind you of that course, but we will also talk a little bit deeper about it. You will definitely see. But those 2 mini courses are also some of the bonuses that are there. But yeah, one of the plans that we would have is to get you guys into whatever appropriate business blueprint is there for you. And again, that's in module 1 anyway. You'll probably know once you see all the business blueprints where you are, Anne, and everybody else. You know where you start, but you also know what blueprints to grow into and what benchmarks you should be shooting for before you start to go whole hog doing more than what you can reasonably do for wherever you're at and whatever assistance you have or don't have. And of course, most beginners start off as solopreneurs. So we have very realistic targets for you to hit and very realistic, daily, weekly, monthly goals for you to have. But once you're advanced, it's always about scaling and growing to the moon, even by intermediate. And once you're either there or we get you there through the course, that would be when you would really start thinking about additional income streams. So whether you create your own products or you have things that are created for you, white label, and you put your branding on it and you sell it, like dog shampoos and dog treats and stuff like that. Or you just say, you know what, it's a lot faster for me to just do affiliate marketing and to recommend this stuff on my website and through my courses online. Bang, you would do that too. So many different ways that we can get you even more profitable than before. So, okay. All right, everybody's good. I will see you in Funnel Dynasty. Don't forget that today is the very, very last day. If you're watching this live, y'all know it's November 17th. If you're watching it on the replay, November 17th is the last day up to say 11 midnight. Then the timer goes off and you're going to get an oops page. You are. So you will not be able to get that deal again. That deal will not be connected to funneldynasty.com. That's a whole other thing that we're constructing for the price at $1,997. That'll be the price from now through the end of 2022. There will be a 12 pay at that point, but it'll be $247. Now it's $997 with a 12 pay of $99. And I'd say roughly half people are doing full pay and roughly half that have enrolled so far have been doing 12 pay. There is a 30-day money back guarantee, as there should be on all courses, especially bigger ones like this. Even if it were finished, it will be finished in the next couple of days. I'm more than halfway there now. And that's really the only reason why I'm doing the discounted pricing, because the people who do buy now, the understanding is, and it's in the course and it's in the Facebook group and it's on the sales page, you're getting this 50% off discount because the course isn't completed yet, but will be in the next couple days. So for, excuse me, any inconvenience or the course isn't completely there, because I don't normally drip feed courses or anything like that. That annoys me. I want everything now. So for any sort of inconvenience like that, or having to wait an extra couple days to get everything, and then a couple days after that for all 7 bonuses to be unlocked, I'll give you 50% off. All right. That's what I'm doing. So if you want to check it out, you can check out the link that I put down below. If you need the 12 pay, it's a much cheaper 12 pay now. And if you have any other questions, you can certainly shoot me a message via Facebook Messenger. That's probably the fastest and quickest way to get to me. And then other than that, everybody seems like they're good. So I will talk to you later. I'm here on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live streams and replay. Bye.